Huge breaking news. We spoke about this being bans because guess what? You've got a new centre-back. Deal agreed with Crystal Palace for the defender, Marc Guehi, the Crystal Palace captain. It's worth £35 million. He's now been given permission to undergo his medical, which is going to happen in London. But this, Bella, is a huge...
The real crucial point here is the player. And now Guehi has to decide, because the original plan for the defender has always been, let's move in the summer, complete the season at Palace, and then move in the summer transfer window. On a free is a better contract and the opportunity to decide whatever he wants in terms of new club. So to take his time, not having to negotiate club to club on anything. So it's on player side now to decide what he wants to do. Go to City immediately, or maybe wait for a different opportunity. With Liverpool and more clubs, keen eventually on Marc Guehi. So that's going to be a really big story in the upcoming days and weeks, with a decision expected soon by Marc Guehi together with his agent.
You're on the phone talking to somebody about Marc Guehi. There have been developments. What can you tell us?
I was talking to lots of people, not necessarily all about Marc Guehi. Look, the race to sign Marc Guehi is wide open at the moment. There isn't a front runner, there is no favourite, but I think we can narrow it down to 4 clubs. And the most interesting one at the moment is Manchester City, because we believe that City are the one club who are interested in signing him this month, as well as next summer. Now, to get him this month, obviously they would have to put a pretty big transfer fee offer to Crystal
What's the big
Palace.
transfer fee, given that he nearly went for 35 million on deadline day? So what's the big transfer fee in January?
So last summer he had a year left on his contract. Now he's got less than 6 months. Last summer, £35 million was almost enough to get him. I'm thinking still somewhere between 20 and 30 million pounds would be the kind of figure that
well, he's worth that, surely.
Well, he's an England international, but the only problem is that you could potentially get him as a free agent in the summer, and Manchester City are looking at that option as well. What we know is that City are likely to sign a centre-back this year because there are question marks over the future of John Stones, Nathan Ake as well. And obviously it makes sense to look at Marc Guehi because he's available for nothing in the summer. But the big question is, will they offer enough to tempt Palace to sell him now? And our information is that they've not made an offer for the player, but potentially watch this space over the next few days, because there are also 3 other clubs who want to sign him.
Spill the beans.
But they want to sign him in the summer. The 3 clubs are, the first one is Liverpool. He almost joined Liverpool on deadline day. It collapsed at the last minute, £35 million deal. Liverpool are pushing to sign him as a free agent in the summer. Arsenal are ready to join the race to sign him in the summer as well. I think Arsenal have a lot of strength in depth at the back. Also, Gabriel, William Saliba have signed new contracts. So I would say Arsenal's need is not as pressing as some of the other clubs. But having said that, he's an England international, available on a free. Of course, a club as big and successful as Arsenal are going to look at this situation. The final one is Bayern Munich. Now, they're interesting because they're a foreign club. They're the one interested club who can speak to him now.
And their manager was a great centre-back, which I'm sure Marc Guehi would love.
Of course, I think he would be excited about the prospect of playing for the champions of Germany and also working with Vincent Kompany and playing alongside Harry Kane as well. And they can speak to him now. They can agree a pre-contract deal with him now. And our colleagues at Sky Germany are saying just in the past few days, they have really stepped up their efforts to try and convince Marc Guehi to move to Germany in the summer.
My producer's telling me, Mark, you've got a sentence to tell me. One sentence. Where will he be playing his football come beginning of February?
In the Premier League. That's a sentence. Can I just say one quick thing on the Marc Guehi situation?
Go on, real quick.
For the clubs that want to sign him, whether they sign him in January or in the summer, it's essentially going to cost them the same thing. Because if they give 25 million to Crystal Palace now to get him, or they give Marc Guehi 25 million as a signing-on fee in the summer, it's going to cost them the same amount of money. The only difference is that Marc Guehi will get that money instead of Crystal Palace.
Exactly. So
I don't think he cares about the money, by the way.
No, of course.
I think he'll go for the club that's best for his career.
Indeed. So, City interested, of course. And remember, Ruben Diaz, Josko Gvardiol are both out. Ryan Aït-Nouri, he's coming back from the Africa Cup of Nations. That's been delayed. Here's why.
We see how does he feel tomorrow. This afternoon. Ryan Aït-Nouri's come back from the AFCON, but unfortunately lost the connection. They're a little bit late, but yeah, we see in the training session how does he feel, and we're going to take a decision that no risk for the players, that get injured again.
So he's missed his connections, but he is on his way back, Aït-Nouri. That doesn't solve City's centre-back problems, though, Mark. So if it's not Guehi, who's it going to be?
Well, we know that they're in the market to try and sign centre-backs over the course of this window. However, Pep Guardiola has also said they won't be making the same number of signings that they did, or not, right? That's the difference with the business end of the season. This is where Pep Guardiola will say, if you want to win the Champions League and the Premier League, I need a centre-back and I need him in now. But we know that they're definitely looking, and Marc Guehi, as Carve said, is on their radar and is someone that they have actively looked to sign in this January transfer window.
Antoine Semenyo in. Does that mean Oscar Bob out?
At the minute, he's injured, so he won't be going anywhere. Maybe as the window progresses, we've got 3 weeks still to go, there is a very good chance that his game time has been limited at Manchester City, so therefore he'll be saying, right, I want to play, and Pep probably will say, look, you're not going to get as much game time as you'd like, so have a look at the options. There are 2 or 3 Premier League sides and a number of teams in Europe that are interested in taking Oscar Bob on loan. So, yeah, you could see potentially something happening when he gets back fit towards the end of the window.
OK.
A couple of things I want to touch base with on you, Kev, with you even, about Manchester City. Oscar Bob, a lot of talk that he is going to be heading to Germany, to Borussia Dortmund. How close do you think that could be? And is that the right move for Oscar Bob, 22 years old?
Exciting, and that's what Dortmund still want to do. They've done a lot of business with Manchester City, as we know. But he wouldn't be a guaranteed starter straight away. You look at the positions they have, he wouldn't necessarily walk into the 11.
So here we go. Let's hear from Pep Guardiola. He might be asked about Bob and Marc Guehi. Is Pep ahead of the Newcastle semi-final?
To you on Saturday, but a lot of positives to take. What was the most pleasing aspect of that game, and what put the biggest smile on your face after that game?
Of course, we went through the way we respect the opponent. He was in low division. It's the best way to do it. We did, really good things. That the first 4 goals, 3 deflection. When in the last games we missed in the penalty spot a lot. Actions of football is sometimes, or the ball sometimes is tricky. Went through, forgotten, and next one.
Antoine Semenyo made his debut and scored. He looks to be settling in quite well. What have been your first impressions of working with him in the few days that you've been together?
The impression is what they have done in Bournemouth for many, many years. Is apparently, I'm pretty sure that is a really nice guy. And in few actions, he showed what he showed in Bournemouth, and hopefully can continue to do it here.
And tomorrow, a trip to Newcastle, always a tough game. With them being the defending champions of the Carabao Cup, more pressure on them to try and get a result and go through?
No, I don't know what should be more pressure on them for the fact they are champion. So done really well since many years, and now we are again. They won last season, semi-finals, and you're right, so they are the champion, and the opportunity for a lot of us, but especially for a lot of new players to reach a final.
Hi Pep. You scored 10 goals at the weekend. That was the first time a Manchester City side has done that since 1987. After all of the trophies you've won, all of the personal accolades you've got, how much pride do you take in just achieving small records such as that one?
No, it's fine, but I don't take much. So games sometimes happen what happen, so I understand for extras is not, always feel uncomfortable a little bit, lower division, score 10 goals. So we do our job. I think always we talk about that. So the best way to respect is do what you have to do to improve, because when you're playing games, it's the best way to improve things that we can do better, that or we talk to see, you know, how it works when we do it, but it's not. I would say nothing. I would say special for the fact that when we'll review our period here, that will not be a thing. We scored 10 goals in Exeter, so no, absolutely not.
Just a word on how last season finished without a trophy. Do you feel as though there's any...
No, we won a trophy.
At the end of last season, I mean, you won...
No, we won a trophy, Community Shield, we won a trophy.
It's been quite a lengthy time in between those two trophies ahead of your next one, though, comparison to what you've done in the past. Do you feel as though there's any extra pressure for you to win the League Cup with it being the first available trophy this season?
A lot of pressure, we feel. It's not about win or no win trophies. It's be how the team grows up, how a team is better. Last season we didn't deserve to win just more than just one trophy because we didn't play good. So satisfaction to win a trophy when we are not playing good can happen. You know, knockout stages, make a lucky and miss it to it. It's not about that. Believe me, it's not about that. We are here to make the team playing better. The satisfaction to make a good performance for that ourselves, our fans said, oh, we have fun during 95 minutes, so the team playing good. That is the point. The next game, do it a little bit, things that we can do better, do it better. That is the target, and we see how does he feel tomorrow, this afternoon. Ryan Nuris come back from the AFCON, but unfortunately lost the connection. They're a little bit late, but yeah, we see in the training session how does he feel, and we're going to take a decision that no risk for the players, you know, that get injured again.
Pep, Eddie Howe said this morning that Manchester City are the hardest team to play against over two legs in this country, and tactically you would have something ready for Eddie Howe and something up your sleeve. Have you?
I didn't sleep tonight thinking how my genius come to create something for Eddie Howe, honestly.
Do you prefer two legs for a semi-final?
No.
Does it suit your side better?
No.
You'd rather have a one-off game?
Yeah. I said for 10 years ago, when we won Carabao Cups, I would love the semi-final Carabao Cup, one game.
Newcastle at home have won 11 of their last 13. They have found form again, and they've knocked you out of this competition before a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, for many years, I think since Eddie Howe took over, so many years. So look how many games won in the last minutes. The pride is there. The crowd push always have been like that, right? So long time always. In this stadium is special, but at the same time, in semi-finals, if we play against Arsenal, Chelsea will be as difficult as Newcastle is. Should not be, I would say, differently.
We'll certainly log her there for 10:30 p.m. this evening.